guys. Hope everybody had a great Thursday. It was a beautiful day outside. We were able to do our schoolwork and I was able to work on some things for you guys, all while being out in the sunshine. And we even had a picnic lunch, didn't we, Savannah?
Yeah.
Carter is taking a nap. Hallelujah. And Aiden is having some iPad time. I invited him over to hear the story, but he said no thank you. So we have been doing a lot of reading and a lot of different enrichment activities. So he can have a little bit of iPad time. But Savannah's here, and she's excited because I'm going to read to you a picture book today called Evelyn, the Adventurous Entomologist. And it's, but beneath it, it says the true story of a world-traveling bug hunter. So entomologist, that's a very big word. And you may already know what that word is. Savannah, if they don't know, can you help them out? What's an entomologist?
Like someone who finds bugs.
Yeah, like a bug scientist. Savannah is like the bugs' #1 fan. She loves bugs. I've told you guys about that. So I know she's gonna enjoy it. I'm sitting in my comfy chair. That's where I read to you from. This is my favorite spot in my house, other than my bed. But Savannah's got her knees in my back, so Savannah, you're gonna have to, that way I can turn, get back, show you the pages. So I'll try not to hit myself in the face, because it's a big comfy chair, but I've got my books stacked here and my makeup bag. I even do my makeup here. It's my chair, isn't it, Savannah? Yeah.
For sure.
All right, let's get started. Back in 1881, when Evelyn Cheeseman was born, most people thought girls should be quiet, clean, and covered with lace. What do you think about that, Savannah? Yeah, quiet, clean, and covered in lace. Yeah. Savannah likes to get dirty. And little Victorian girls definitely weren't supposed to go on bug hunts. But Evelyn went anyway. She explored forests and splashed in ponds with her brothers and sister. She crawled in mud and stuffed her pockets with bugs. Totally you, right? Maybe some of you are like that as well.
I love to go outside.
I know, my nature girl. Jars of glowworms sparkled while she dreamed about the world beyond her small English home. Many years later, Evelyn applied to veterinary college. She longed to help sick animals. You also all are an animal lover, aren't you, Savannah?
Yeah. I've been at the gecko.
I've told him about the gecko.
No. Have you told them about the walking sticks?
I've told him about the walking sticks.
And the fish?
They know a lot about you guys. However, it was the early 1900s and women couldn't vote. Boo! They rarely went to college, and they certainly weren't allowed to be vets. So glad things have changed.
Yep. Me too.
We're very blessed. So she did the next best thing and trained as a canine nurse, hoping the veterinary college would open to women after a few years. Evelyn cared for sick greyhounds, bulldogs, and terriers. She fed the dogs, took their temperatures, and gave them medicine. But in her heart, she still wanted to be a vet. The illustrations are very, very good. When we get back to school, you'll definitely need to get your hands on this. One day, Evelyn's friend Grace wrote that her cousin, Professor Lefroy, was desperate for someone to run London Zoo's insect house. A woman had never been in charge of the insect house before, but Evelyn went anyway. The insect house is, Savannah, that's your favorite, one of your favorite exhibits at the zoo, isn't it?
I would always say, I want to go to the insect house. I want to go to the insect house. That is always the first thing I said.
A single beetle paddled in a giant tank, but the rest of the insect house echoed. It had been neglected while zookeepers, along with millions of other men, served in the First World War. Evelyn agreed to give the job a try.
I would do that.
I have no doubt that you would.
But I want to be a teacher.
You want to be a teacher. She scooped insects from London's ponds and streams. She asked local children to find caterpillars, beetles, and snails to star in her exhibits. She studied entomology, exploring insect books for wonders to share. Oh, I feel like this lighting isn't giving the pictures, the illustrations justice. They are really
This book is just
beautiful.
That girl is just like me.
Yeah.
I'd always go outside and try to find bugs.
You're making text to self connections, Miss Savannah Ava. Hopefully you guys are making connections as well. After a few weeks of bug hunting, the tanks were full, and so was Evelyn's heart. In the insect house, Evelyn spun stories for curious visitors. She showed them tiny ants carrying pine needles to build their homes, a water snail crawling up glass with its muscular foot, and butterflies sipping nectar. Crowds swarmed the insect house to watch Evelyn's bugs creep and slide and scurry. Oh, I mean, this really could not be more you, Miss Savannah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go there for the rest of my life.
There we go. Evelyn still dreamed about places beyond her small world, but now she also dreamed about insects never studied and about stories untold. Even when the veterinary college opened its doors to women at last, Evelyn knew she never wanted to leave the world of insects. In 1924, she heard about an expedition to study tropical insects. In those days, women scientists and explorers were rare. People thought it wasn't safe. Women should be at home. But, Evelyn went anyway. There she is. Sorry.
This is kind of like
Oops, sorry, that was the first page.
she says a job, she says she does it anyway. Kind of like a book like where they say like things that right after they say what it is, and like they say then he or she did it anyway.
It's predictable. After traveling on a rolling ocean for over 5,000 miles, Evelyn explored the Pacific Islands from sunrise to sunset. She chased centipedes, caught butterflies, and stalked giant land snails.
Me.
Oh, I knew I was gonna hit myself in the face. Oh.
Exactly me.
Yeah, you guys, you know how goofy I am. I knew I couldn't get through the book without smacking myself. Just pretend that didn't happen. On the island of Gorgona, Evelyn stumbled into a sticky curtain of spider webs. As the spiders watched, she bit and pulled and kicked the threads, but there was no escape. That's wild. Then Evelyn remembered the metal nail file in her pocket. She hacked each sticky strand one by one and emerged from her cocoon. Ooh, that would have me a bit terrified.
I would be terrified, but I would like me near the spiders.
You do like spiders, but I think you'd be singing a different tune if you were trapped in their sticky web.
Nope.
Okay, well, you're braver than I am, for sure.
And I love insects and I love webs.
On the
I
island...
can just take a stick and whap it.
Oh, well. On the island of Nuku Haiva, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, so you guys will have to forgive me. Evelyn wanted to scale a steep cliff that she was sure would reveal some interesting insects. The villagers told Evelyn that only one man had ever climbed it. They told her not to go, but
she did
Evelyn
it anyway.
Went anyway.
See, this is what I'm talking about. And
Oh, germ jail.
Yeah, everything she does, she does it anyway.
After hours of climbing, Evelyn was rewarded with buzzing bees and wasps, beetles and grasshoppers. However, she soon realized she'd made a terrible mistake. She'd forgotten the fresh limes she planned to squeeze and drink. As Evelyn hunted for a stream, she slipped. She grasped at plants as she kept tumbling. Oh, not good. Not good.
I wouldn't care. I would just slide down.
Well, she was dehydrated, so it's...
I was decided I wouldn't care. I would just find it as fast as it could.
Well, it's more complicated than that, miss. Until she clung to a bush and stopped. Oh. All alone, Evelyn had to save herself. She inched slowly up the cliff like a caterpillar. Evelyn had survived another adventure, and her backpack full of insects had survived too. Ooh, that was lucky.
She is a smart girl.
Yeah.
I'm exactly her, but with long hair. But I wouldn't really care. I'll just be fine.
Evelyn kept traveling and studying insects. In 1925, she sailed to Tahiti, where she discovered a new species of grasshopper. In 1934, she explored New Guinea and found a new species of beetle. In 1938, she found a new blue orchid on top of an extinct volcano. Pretty cool. Oh, Savannah, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of space. Oh no, pull it together. I know you can handle it.
I know, I just wanted to do, your funny personality makes you funny.
All right, back to the story. And in 1955, the Queen of England awarded Evelyn an OBE, Officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, for her services to science. So cool. Evelyn never stopped working, even after her hair turned white and her body ached. For nearly 30 years, this adventurous entomologist climbed mountains, explored jungles, and collected insects.
She looks so different that I thought it was just an old lady who just heard about her and wanted to do that too.
Yeah, but it was her throughout her whole career. So now she's older. Then she spun her stories into books, inspiring others to be like Evelyn and go anyway.
Once, we were playing with some ladybugs at my Nana and Papa's house, and we saw that there was a red ladybug, so we picked up all the ladybugs and we put them outside to be in the nature because we didn't want them to stay in there because there's a wasp.
Yeah, that's true. So that was the end of the book, but I love at the end of the book, it gives this this extra part where there's an interview with Dr. Alexandra Harmon Threat, and really neat. I'm not going to read it each piece, but it's I think a really nice compliment to a beautiful picture book. And then there's a little bit more about Evelyn, a page about Evelyn.
Hey, I want to see her.
Hang on just a second.
Let me see.
And then a bibliography where you can learn more, which I just think is also very cool. And it's written by Christine Evans. I should have said that in the beginning. Christine Evans is a British author living in California with her husband and daughters. Her work has been featured in Highlights and High Five magazines. But however, this is her first picture book. And then these incredible illustrations are done by Yasmin Imamura. And it says that Yasmin has illustrated and designed products for lots of greeting card companies. So that's really, really cool. And she grew up in the Philippines and now lives in Portland, Oregon. So very, very awesome picture book. Very neat to see a brave, courageous female scientist. Very, very cool. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed Savannah's commentary. Hope you guys are having a great day. See ya.